Hello Aquarius, Elsie here to do a reading for you. It is a 9-card read and it is a weekly. How are you doing, Aquarius? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. This week we're doing 9-card draws to find out what is going on for you. Now don't forget, there's a full moon coming up on the 3rd, right? It is a full moon eclipse. So something's likely to change for you. Something that you've been avoiding is likely to change for you. And so I think you come to this point here where you're kind of done. You're done with holding back. You've just got to say it. You've just got to do it. This is a blood moon coming up on the 3rd, but it's also an eclipse, and it could be emotional. It could connect you with your emotions, and I think you've been avoiding that possibly, making an emotional decision of some sort. So at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about how to find the extended. If you're interested in that, I'm also going to tell you about sales that I have on pre-records and live readings. Let's find out what's going on for you. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This reading is a general reading. That's not just for Aquarius Sun. It's for all of those other signs that I mentioned as well. So if I mention other signs, that's why. Let's find out what's going on here. We've got the Strength card. Ooh, see, yeah, you've been holding back, friend. And I kind of felt that as we're going into this reading. So I feel like there is... You know what? This feels like, you know what? Just be glad I'm holding back. I'm doing you a favor by holding back my words. Because if I let that line go, it's going to be blood everywhere. Like, that's what it feels like here. Someone here has been holding back their words. Now, I feel like you're holding back your words for a reason. I feel like you don't want to hurt somebody. You don't want to draw first blood. That's what it feels like. And I don't think you're doing that literally. I'm just going to say that. I need to say it for the platform. I feel like it is something that's verbal. It feels like right now it's in your mind, but you want to bring it into the 3D here. Tell me what's going on. 2 of Cups. It feels like it has something to do with someone that you've deepened a bond with. This could be a friend who's, when they're in the water energy, are simply emotional. Doesn't have to be love. Could be platonic. Maybe it is love for you, depending on the lens you're bringing here and looking at this reading with. That's the reason why a general reading is different for everybody, is because their lens is different. So it does feel like there is a decision to make here. The decision about whether to speak up or not. And let's keep drawing, because I'm still sort of perplexed as to whether this is something you want to sever. You want to sever a partnership or sever your connection to somebody who I feel you were getting closer to, or maybe dating, or something like that. Let's find out what else is going on here for Aquarius. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Center of the read, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So I think that you have a decision to make. That's what it feels like. And it's an emotional decision because you are kind of bonded to somebody here. And this could be the reason why you are holding back a little bit, because I feel like you are dealing with the Queen of Swords and you know it. So I feel like the Queen of Swords is obviously someone who's going to be honest with you as well. This person does have boundaries. I think you both do. But I feel like this is somebody here who, this is not necessarily a romantic couple, but we have the 2 of Cups in the corner, so it could be for you. It feels like there's a conversation to be had. It's a conversation about where do we go from here. There's 2 pentacles here. The decision needs to come out of the 2 swords, right? Each is holding a sword. Has to come out of our heads and get on paper. It feels like it's got to come into the 3D where we realize it and we don't ignore reality any longer. So it feels like somebody here is possibly holding back because they are turning away. You could be turning away from something, or you're turning away from making some sort of investment here. So the Ace of Pentacles is the investment. It's the beginning of something that is a seed that is going to be planted in the 3D. And the Queen of Swords, like I feel like you're unsure about how the Queen feels about the Ace of Pentacles, because the Queen has her back to the Ace of Pentacles. Actually, both Queens do. So I feel like you are holding back from furthering or deepening the connection, because you also feel the person who is your friend, who is your lover, who is the person you're dating, that person's playing on the surface with you as well. I feel like before you jump in and deepen this bond or deepen this connection, you need to know what the offer is. What are we doing here? Because I'm not just going to jump in like a fool and wait for you to tell me no. That's not what Aquarius does. If I'm connecting to my feelings, it's because I'm all the way in. I'm all the way in. Because that's Aquarius energy is a fixed energy. It's like lights are on or off. It's yes or no. We're going forward or backward. Like it's pretty cut and dry for the King of Swords. Tell me more. We've got the Hermit energy. We've got the Ace of Cups. So someone is very internal with really big feelings. And I think it is you, Aquarius. I feel like you have not shown all of your feelings on the exterior, because if you take the lid off, it all pours out. And I feel like before this happens, because I think that you've decided that you would be okay with it, but you want someone else to say it first. So this could be you're in a relationship and you want someone else to say, I love you. You don't want to be rejected. And the Queen of Swords is someone who is synonymous with liberating themselves from a situation. And this could be something that terrifies you just a little bit. It might be a little bit out of ego. I'm just going to say nobody cuts Aquarius first. Could be a little bit of that, but I think you've met your match. That's what it feels like here. And I think that's why you're catching feelings, because I think you met your match. Now, this person could be somebody who is a best friend. It's somebody you have deepened a bond with. We've got the Three of Cups. I think that this person wants the best for you. I think that it's worth having a conversation, reuniting with this person, to talk to them over drinks, talk to them about a social situation, in a social situation. Oh, that's what it is. So it feels like Charlie just said, Charlie is my guy, by the way, and he just said, but are you going to get bored? I think that is the biggest question. Will you get bored? Once we settle into this, once we start growing our abundance together, am I going to get bored? Because you want adventure. And you're not really sure. Like the Queen of Swords is somebody who's always going to give you honesty and truth and balance, but they're not really a risk taker. And I wouldn't say that the King of Swords is a risk taker, but I would say that you have a lot of fire, because you could be someone who's an Aquarius that has Leo energy, right? Or maybe Cancer energy. Oh, this might be happening under the full moon. The full moon is on the 3rd. It's the full moon, blood moon in Virgo. It's an eclipse as well, so something here might happen really quickly. I'm going to put down 2 cards. We're going to see what's waiting under the surface that you don't see just yet. And that is the Two of Wands in the reverse. Do we have a plan or do we not? Because the Two of Wands in the reverse for me is, boom, I'm jumping in head first. I feel like that's what you're trying not to do, is to jump in head first, that you would rather go with the plan. We've got the Three of Wands. It does feel like I would rather go with the plan, but the 3 and the 2 are 5, and the 5 of Wands is indecision. Will I regret my decision? I don't know if I want to fight for this. I'm not really sure. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about the King of Swords. What's on your mind? Because I feel like you are waiting for someone else to say something, show reciprocal energy. I feel like 3 and 2 is 5. 5 cups is, I'm not really sure. We've got now 5s, 2 5s on the table. 2 5s for me is quick change. It feels like this King of Swords is not wanting to take the first step forward. Tell me about the King of Swords. Oh boy. Tower is here. Something is shifting. It might be a change of mind. It might be something that is shifting for you to make a decision. We've got the King of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is here. So now we have the King and Queen of Swords, King and Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Devil energy. There it is. It feels like you have done quite well for yourself, Aquarius. And I'm not saying that you're rich, but I'm saying that maybe you have everything on an even keel. Maybe you're getting to this place now where you're just beginning to see progress in something, maybe progress in your career. Maybe you finally just got out of school and you're doing really good in your career. It feels like something is shifting here that is going to sort of move the earth under your feet. And it feels as though your biggest fear is the Devil energy, which is you're going to be saddled with somebody who might be codependent on you financially. I don't think that that's what's going on. I'm just going to say Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles are here. So I feel like King and Queen of Pentacles, I feel like this person has their own money. I feel like they have their own money, that they don't have to lean on you. But I think that in your mind, what you're thinking is you're trying to change your mind. You're trying to shift the way you think about something. Because I feel like in the past, you maybe have had people who have drained you financially, or who have been attached to you financially. Or maybe you do have a financial attachment. Look, maybe there's children involved here. Maybe you have children to support. So I feel like you're not sure whether you want to invest in this or not. Tell me what the Queen of Swords thinks about the King of Swords. I think you've met your match. I think that you think that this person is your perfect match. I feel like when you lock eyes with this person or you talk to this person, you feel like every time we talk, we are deepening the bond, our emotional bond. This could be somebody that you have not yet begun dating, but you can't stop thinking about, because the devil to me is a loop. It's a loop, but it's also, being on the King of Swords, it's a loop of thought, but it also is all the things that could go wrong. Should I just cut my losses and cut myself away from the ties that bind me? Am I going to be bound to this person financially if I say yes? Tell me what the Queen of Swords thinks about the King of Swords. We've got the Queen of Cups. Ooh, boy. Okay, we got 3 queens. The only one we don't have out is the Queen of Wands. We have the 7 of Pentacles. And we have the Death card. Well, guess what? I feel like you're dealing with an Empress. We haven't seen the Queen of Wands yet, and 4 queens out would mean that there's an Empress. And so I'm just going to say that when you're dealing with an Empress, the Empress is not going to be the one to make the first move. We see the 7 of Pentacles. That's waiting energy. So I'm going to tell you what the Queen of Swords is waiting for. The Queen of Swords is waiting to see your emotion, the depth of your emotion. Does this person even love me? Do they even have feelings for me? Because look, you're pretty good with being stoic on the surface. You don't like to show people your feelings. And you will deep dive with somebody in your feelings if you feel comfortable with them. But it almost feels like we're 2 cowboys in front of the saloon at dusk. We're waiting for someone to draw. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like a standoff. It feels like the King of Swords is waiting for the Queen of Swords to say something, and the Queen of Swords is like, nah, brah, I am the queen. I am the Empress here. I'm not the person who's chasing you. So I think that's why the Queen of Swords has her back to the Ace of Pentacles, because the Queen of Swords is like, no, I don't chase what I need. I attract. And so if the Queen of Swords cannot attract you, Aquarius, then I feel like this thing could be over or done. Something has to change. There must be some type of transformation emotionally to get this thing on track, if that's what you want. If you want to get this thing on track. Now, I feel like you're harboring, I'll say, or you're holding some feelings deep under the surface. And this might be the reason why you have not shown your feelings on the surface, because maybe you are going through a dark night of the soul. Maybe you're unsure because you're unsure of self at this time. Maybe your identity is being scrutinized by yourself. I'm going to say that the lower self and the higher self are arguing right now within you, and it feels like you are sort of feeling around in the dark here. I know I have all these feelings. I know that I do want to invest, but this person has their back to me and they're making me make the first move. And I'm not sure if I want to make the first move, because if I do, then I'm bound to it. That's it. Now everything that I own is going to be theirs, and I'm not sure that I'm ready to do that. I feel like it does end up the way you want it to, because the 3 of Cups is here. But let's talk about the Ace of Cups. Tell me what the Ace of Cups is all about, please. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. We've got the 4 of Wands. And we've got the Star. Look, I feel like you do want to move forward. I feel like you're keeping your feelings tucked away underneath the surface for a reason. I feel like you've spent decades becoming emotionally disciplined. And when it's time to move forward, you will do that. But I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune being here with the Ace of Cups, I feel like you're going to have a change of heart. And I feel like because the 3 of Cups is here, I feel like you're going to have a change of heart, which is, I think that you might end up stepping forward toward this Queen of Swords. Now, this Queen of Swords doesn't have to be a Libra or a Gemini or an Aquarius. It could be any sign. Look, we got Scorpio here. We got Capricorn here. More Scorpio. We got Leo. We got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They could be somebody who is facing you as the Queen of Swords. So maybe they have a Libra rising. Maybe they have a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius rising, right? So this is somebody who I feel that you understand because this person is very honest and truthful. But I also feel that if you don't step forward, Aquarius, that this is all dead in the water. And I don't care if you're the feminine or the masculine Aquarius, but it feels like whoever your mate is here, or whoever the person is that has their back to you, wants you to pursue them, because this person is not going to pursue you. I feel like you want to take something to the next level, or it's time, because the Wheel of Fortune is here, and the Wheel of Fortune is about time. It's about the timing of destiny and about something changing and growing or expanding. So I feel like the decision that some of you could be faced with is that to me, Pentacles are years. Maybe we've been together a year or 2 or 7. It feels like, or maybe we've been together a couple months. Somebody here is like, I've got to make this decision about where we go next. What's the next level? Because to me, this is the next level, going to the next level in something. So if you just met this person, maybe it's time to ask them to be exclusive. If you are exclusive and you've been exclusive for a while, maybe it's time to move in together or buy a house or start to build a life, right? It feels like that sort of energy. I feel like you're hopeful that you are going to be able to show somebody your true self emotionally. But I feel like right now you're in indecision. That's what this is about. I feel like you do want to jump in on your head, but I feel like you're contemplating the future. What is out there for me? Is there an adventure out there? And I don't want to drag someone else out on my adventure. Like, what if I say yes to all of this and then I have to cancel my trip to wherever across the world because this person doesn't want to go there? I don't think that you're willing to change your path, is what I'm saying. So I feel like the moment of alchemy is coming here, friend, with the Temperance card being here. You will make the best decision for you, the best healed decision for you. But I feel like this could possibly end up in heartbreak for you or for them if you pause for too much longer. I feel like this queen here, this Empress, still haven't seen the Queen of Wands. Nope. I feel like this Empress here is not going to step forward to you. So you're tasked with making this decision. I'm going to take this into the extended. If you do want to be there, please look at the pinned comment that is above all of the comments. If you click on read more, you will see a link to the membership area. That's where all these extendeds go. And if you're interested in watching the extended, at least one sign will give you 4 extendeds in a month. If you're interested in doing that, then please go to the membership area. If you're watching for more signs, you get 4 extendeds for every sign that you're watching for. And if you are interested in a private read, I have a sale on that only goes until midnight on the 4th. And it is 10% off of my pre-recorded readings. And so if you want to get in on that, please take the link to Hypsee and take the code with you. That'll give you the 10% off on checkout. I'm getting very full. So at some point I'm going to stop. I may take it till the 4th, but I may stop it before then because I don't want to be outside of my timelines for people. So I'm going to go for now. If you want to come to the extended, that's where I'll see you. And if that's not where you're going to be, that's cool. Because I'll be back anyway, because I'm always back. You guys take care of yourselves. Thanks, Aquarius. Bye-bye.